Hi guys, Steph here. Right, what have we got for you today? Well, does what it says on the box. We've got ourselves a Swan fountain pen. Let's take the pen out. Unfortunately, the end of the box there is missing, but it still helps to protect the pen. And there we have the pen. Look at that little beauty. Okay, what we've got here is, I believe to be, the Swan Pen, which nice and simply means that this pen, although unfortunately I do not know the model number, so if anybody does, please let us know, share it with us. All I do know is that I've actually had a similar pen before which I reviewed, and that also was an antique pen, so at the end I'll leave you a link at the top and you can go and have a look at that one. But this one, as the previous one, slightly different, size wise the same, but this one also in absolutely gorgeous condition. As we said, it's the Swan Pen. First of all, the size of it from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, 135mm capped. Around the barrel, it's a 9mm in diameter. It comes in this black chased hard rubber, which, if we bring it nice and close for you, there's the end of the end of the barrel there. You can see to the middle, it's got this gold band with this sort of lovely pattern around the edges there, and it also has the initials JSP to the very centre. But very decorative, and I'm sure whoever bought this pen over 100 years ago had this maybe specially fitted and had it with his initial engraved. So let's go beyond the band there, take you further up the barrel there. You can see it's got this lovely engine turn pattern which is still nicely pronounced. To the very top we've got this slip cap, which, if I can find it, there we go, I'm hoping you can see that. It has the Swan logo to the slip cap there, and you'll notice that the cap itself is quite just a simple plain slip cap. But all in all, an absolutely stunning pen. Let's try and give you another close-up. There's the end of the barrel there, and there you can see the lovely engine turn pattern. As I say, a lot of times you find these, they're worn. This one is still nicely pronounced. The only thing I'm not too sure about this band is, unfortunately, it's hiding the very crisp barrel imprint. When I say crisp, if I bring it up close again, and I'm hoping you might be able to see to the left of the band there, just the beginning of the barrel imprint, and to the other side as well. If we just keep it nice and still, you can see the barrel imprint underneath is lovely and clear. So yeah, the only thing I'm not too happy about is that it's hiding that lovely imprint, but apart from that, beautiful pen, stunning condition. Unfortunately, as I said, I do not know the model number. What I do know, I'm dating this pen the very latest around about 1910. I believe the pen is actually a little bit earlier, so definitely a gorgeous antique fountain pen. Let's take off the slip cap. Let's show you the pen in different angles. Now, as far as restoring is concerned, it came to me in lovely condition. I've literally just only wiped over the pen with a dry cloth. I've obviously cleaned out the barrel inside, I've flushed that out, I've flushed out the feed, the nib, and cleaned them as well. But no, the pen did not need hardly any work doing to the pen. So let's take you up to the section. You can see quite a long section there, and if you look to the bottom of the section, you can see it's got the word Swan written on the bottom of the section. So the section's quite long in these pens. What you'll also notice while I'm holding the pen up like so, we now got the over and under feed. So you can see to the top of the nib we've got the over bit section. If I turn it over, there's the under feed. There's a sideways view for you. So let's bring you up to the nib again. You can't actually see it because it's hidden by the feed, but the nib reads Mabie Todd Co New York. So that's the barrel imprint, just simply says Mabie Todd Co New York. It's actually also inside to the bottom of the nib, inside it has a letter E, which again I've no idea what it actually means, so if somebody does, please let us know. So there's a sideways view again, and there's the underneath of the nib for you to have a look at as well. As we said, or maybe we didn't, it's an eyedropper pen, which means we simply unscrew the section like so, and what we simply do, we fill the barrel up with ink, put the section back on, and off we go and write. So what I'm going to do is just pop that down to one side, because what I'd like to do is show you the feed. Okay, so there's the feed, and what you'll notice on these pens, they have this silver wire, this coiled silver wire, which helps with the distribution and the flow of the ink. Okay, so there you go, you can see that. I don't know if you can also see it. I'm going to turn it around slightly. The feed itself, let me try and find it for you over the camera, which is a bit difficult. I think that's where it is. But the feed itself has the word Mabie Todd Co Limited actually written on the feed. But there you go, you can see the coiled wire there, which again helps with the ink flow to the pen, or to the nib should I say. Now, I know you people like to see the pens writing, so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to bring on some ink, and I'm going to bring on my little syringe. And what we'll do, we'll pop that in the ink, and we'll pull it up. It's a little bit stiff for some reason. There we go. So as you can see, we've got plenty of ink in there. Let's pop that to one side, and let's fill the barrel up with ink. So I don't want to put too much in, obviously. Right, I'm going to have a wild guess at about that. So I'll pop the rest into the ink bottle. So what we've done now, as I say, in the days when this pen was launched, you would have had a glass eyedropper bulb filler to fill the pen, but sort of technology wise, obviously we've now got a syringe, which makes life a lot easier. We're screwing back the barrel onto the section, and what we'll do, we'll see how the pen writes. Now, these eyedropper pens with the over and under feeds, the way they were actually designed, and don't forget this is over 100 years old. One of the problems with these pens is they had the tendency to actually blob. So if it blobs while I'm doing a writing, it's nothing unusual. Another thing, when you're actually holding the pen, the heat of your hand may expand the air inside and again cause it to burp or blob. Now, one of the other things as well with these pens, I'm assuming this is going to be a flex nib. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the tissue, and there we go. We're just going to simply try and get the ink sort of coming out of the nib, and let's see let's see how it writes. Okay, so at this point the answer is it doesn't. So let's do it again. There we go. So let's try that. So what I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe, like I say, because it's the first time it's been filled since, oops a daisy, we've got it all over the place, so this is not going to plan. But as you can see, nothing is edited. What you see is what you get. So there we go. We've got the customary blobbing going on there. In fact, we've got quite a bit of blobbing. Right, so what's actually happening now is the fact that my hand is heating up the sort of the air inside, which is causing it to blob quite considerably. So let's try once more. No, but there we go. There we go. If we go really fast, okay, now if I just press down, look how broad that line is. So if we go across stroke like that, okay, so what we're doing, I'm going very fast because I'm actually doing it before it begins to blob, because if I do that you can see it blobs. But there you go, look at the line there. If we can just sort of ignore all the blobbing going on, it's not a very good example. As I say, it's quite sort of, well, it's quite normal, if you like, with these pens to blob a lot, so blob a lot. But as you can see by the lines that we've managed to do, it's actually got a very flexible nib. So what I'll do, I'll try and sort of, well, I was going to say maybe adjust it. I don't know if that's the, well, maybe the feed needs to come up slightly. We'll do that maybe off camera, because obviously if I try it now, all I'm actually going to do now is pour the ink back in the, okay, into the ink bottle. Screw it back on like so. But there we go, we'll leave it at that. I'll adjust maybe the feed slightly, bring it up a little bit, maybe that'll help. But just simply for demonstration purposes, well, it wasn't the best example for sort of handwriting and a writing sample, but there you go, that's what you get. There's no editing. What you get, what you see is what you get. Either way, what we'll do, we'll try and find a new home for this pen. There are people out there that collect these vintage, well, it's not a vintage, this antique pens, and somebody will enjoy this pen for many years to come. I hope you enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you. Leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe, and if you possibly can, please support my work. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.